Sean Diddy Combs appeared in federal court today. It was the music mogul's first appearance before a new judge who will...
Sean P. Diddy Combs.
Downfall of the famous and powerful hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs.
And he is already complaining. Please let me out on bail. I promise no female visitors. My goodness.
That a judge denied the second request for his bail yesterday. Let's first start there and give people kind of the backstory.
Rumors are spreading rapidly about a serious altercation that music mogul Diddy allegedly had behind bars, causing a major stir. Reports suggest that things escalated quickly, with Diddy taking a hard hit and even begging for forgiveness afterward. To make matters worse, a leaked video of the incident is now circulating online, fueling intense discussions. This event could have serious consequences for Diddy's reputation and career, potentially triggering a major fallout. What really happened in that cell? Stay tuned as we dig into the details.
Denied the second request for his bail yesterday. Let's first start there and give people kind of the backstory as to why did that happen.
The process in New York is exactly the same as in North Carolina. Two parts. Is the person a likelihood to appear? Are they a flight risk? And do they have a likelihood to commit some crime, specifically a new violent crime? And then the third portion that the judge touched on in this case is, has that person in the past done some type of witness tampering? Have they attempted to try to, influence witnesses not to come forward? That's what the prosecutors argued in this case, and the judge totally agreed that he had a history of attempting to make individuals that were participating with the government to not participate anymore. The judge felt that there were reasons. The judge actually said there are no conditions for release that would allow this case to continue to move forward with you out in public.
Back to putting Diddy on suicide watch. I mean, I learned from you today, just from talking in the newsroom, it's really not as straightforward as you might think. As the former chief magistrate, you made decisions like this. So what exactly does that process look like?
In the process, when we would set conditions for release in Mecklenburg County, for instance, all of the 30-plus magistrates, determining if a person could go or leave, typically you're setting conditions either for a secured bond, unsecured, or a written promise to appear. However, if that person at some point decided to say, you know what, in the process of them talking to you or finding out what would happen, that they wanted to kill themselves, then you were required to notify someone immediately, look, this person has made suicidal ideations or thoughts, and now we're not safe with allowing them to leave. They're going to be held here. If they made that statement during the process of intake, for instance, the sheriff's department would decide to keep them there and wait and determine, okay, now we'll put them under evaluation because they're not safe to leave and or they may harm themselves. Process, I've seen it happen where a person was just making kind of crazy comments. Well, you don't know if they're serious or not. And so if you're making a comment about I am intending to harm myself, I'm going to take every situation if it's serious, and then we'll determine later that it wasn't.
Now, TMZ is reporting that they spoke to Diddy's attorney, who then said that his client is not suicidal. In fact, he went on to be able to make a statement saying he's not suicidal, calling him strong, confident, and focused on his defense. So you're a defense attorney. Is that protecting your client? And the other question I have for you, if you can just address this real quick, is they put up $50 million to try and get this man out of jail, and then another $100 million on all of this. So kind of combine that. And
the judge touched on that this was their appeal. Remember, the first judge denied it. They appealed the judge's decision to not give him conditions for release. And they said, look, we'll put up any amount you want. He has endless resources. He's not going to leave. He turned himself in, and here's the amount. We'll put $50 million up. We'll put $100,000 up to support that. But the judge, as I mentioned before, said there is no condition, no dollar amount, no assurance that you can say that this case, the integrity of it, specifically the witnesses that will come forward to testify against you, can be safe while you're out.
Wow. Ever wondered what could push a multi-millionaire like Diddy to risk it all behind bars? Rumor has it, this clash wasn't just about him. There's a twist that has everyone talking. Picture Diddy in an orange jumpsuit, pacing a cramped cell with all eyes on him. Word on the street is he didn't exactly make any friends in there. The fight reportedly kicked off over something as petty as toilet paper. Yes, you read that right. From hip-hop royalty to brawling over TP, how the mighty have fallen. But here's the twist. Some say it wasn't really about toilet paper. Sources suggest Diddy was called out over his rumored ties to some shady business. Dark whispers of the industry. And during the altercation, let's just say he wasn't channeling his usual stage presence. Sources describe him flailing, looking more like a fish out of water than the street-smart mogul we know. It was as if he forgot he wasn't in the VIP section anymore.
He has to do that because no company wants to do business with somebody who is being accused, have allegations against them for sexual misconduct and deviant behavior. Nobody wants to do business with that. All the shareholders, it ain't nothing that he's giving up. They like, yo, listen, give me that. They said, they did a Diddy. Take that. You understand? They're gonna take that from him. The shareholders is gonna say, yo, listen to me. He didn't know how he was gonna pay his rent, and he didn't know how he was going to pay his rent. Mike gave $5,000. I wasn't giving him nothing. I'm just telling you right now. D was just collecting money for niggas. You know what I'm saying? Yo, man, we gotta make sure, because he wanna kill himself. He gonna kill himself. Diddy had that pace, and he had that look in his face that he know. People, when they start getting in this power, certain positions, have certain amount of money, they don't look back. Some of them don't look back and don't think they have to come back.
Here's how it all unfolded. One minute, Diddy's throwing punches like he's the star of a low-budget action flick, and the next, he's flat on his back, staring up at his opponent like he's seen a ghost. Just when it seemed he was about to take the beating of a lifetime, guess who steps in? Not a guard, not another inmate, but the prison chaplain. Picture this. Diddy on the ground, fists flying, and in walks the chaplain, calmly breaking up the brawl like it's just another day on the playground. This unexpected intervention has everyone talking. Some are calling it divine intervention, while others wonder if Diddy has some kind of holy connection. Either way, the chaplain's timely arrival spared him from what could have been a major disaster. But don't be fooled, this isn't the end of Diddy's troubles. Far from it. This clash is just the beginning, and what happens next might make you question everything you thought you knew about the man behind "I'll be missing you."
To the people that helped them get to those positions. You understand? I don't care what nobody say. You understand? If somebody, and you make sure things is all right, you don't disrespect people's mothers. You don't disrespect your friends that took their money to make sure you was all right when you was wrong, when you was messed up. You don't do that, brother. He got enough money to buy his way out of this. So we think.
So when you look at that video of him pacing around and he's looking worried, and you knowing him, do you think it's possible that he might commit suicide?
What did Diddy say after the brawl that left even the toughest inmates stunned? Is this really the same guy who once claimed he was born to fly? Because after that scuffle, he looked more like a grounded bird. Picture Diddy sprawled on the cold prison floor, his once stylish jumpsuit now a disheveled mess, shaking like a leaf, far from the confident mogul we're used to seeing on red carpets and in music videos. Once the fists stopped flying, things took an even wilder turn. Word has it Diddy went from bad boy to sad boy in no time. He wasn't just shaking, he was pleading, repeating things like, "Please, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it." Hard to imagine, right? The same guy who once boasted about his empire was now begging for mercy. Rumor has it he even offered to put money on other inmates' books just to keep them off his back. From hip-hop royalty to offering commissary bribes. Now that's a real fall from grace. But here's the real tea. He wasn't just begging to save his skin. Diddy was pleading with the inmates not to spill what they supposedly knew about his rumored shady dealings. It was as if he suddenly realized that in prison, walls have ears, and everyone's listening.
Our Michelle Fisher sat down with All Red to speak exclusively about the atmosphere surrounding the high-profile case.
It's really all about power and abuse of power.
Prominent attorney Gloria Allred, who has represented accusers of Harvey Weinstein, Bill Cosby, and R. Kelly, speaking exclusively with Eyewitness News. She now represents an undisclosed number of Sean Diddy Combs' alleged victims, including Talia Graves.
The trauma of the assault has taken a toll on my mental health.